Hey, Jackie, get ready to unwrap your 2024 Spotify Wrapped. We're your hosts, visiting from Google's Notebook LM, and we're here to break it all down for you.
Yeah, we're super excited to see what musical adventures you got up to this year.
First things first, let's talk about your listening time, Jackie. 67,397 minutes.
Whoa, that's a lot of music.
You're basically living in your own personal concert hall. Seriously, you're in the top 2% of listeners globally. That's amazing.
It's like having your own private DJ following you everywhere you go.
And I see you really turned it up on July 16th, a whopping 11,146 minutes of listening. I wonder if that was a day for a road trip or just a really epic day to chill out and vibe.
Whatever you were doing, it sounds like the soundtrack was on point. Speaking of soundtracks, Jackie, let's talk about your top track. Drum roll, please. Worth It by Offset from the album Set It Off.
Ooh, I love that song. Such a good vibe.
And it looks like you agree, Jackie. You listened to it 78 times this year.
Wow. Starting back on January 7th, too, you were ahead of the curve on that one. And get this, Jackie, you're in the top 0.005% of listeners globally for this track. You had amazing taste way back in January.
Clearly, you know a hit when you hear one. And speaking of good taste, Jackie, let's talk about your top artist, Chris Brown.
That's right. You spent 8,895 minutes with Chris Brown's music this year.
You know every word to every song by now, don't you?
A true fan. You even had a 15-day listening streak. You were totally locked into Chris Brown's music world for a while there.
It makes me think, was it the smooth R&B vibes that drew you in, or maybe those more high-energy tracks?
It's really cool to see you connecting with an artist who's always evolving, experimenting with different sounds, you know? He draws inspiration from so many different places, from Michael Jackson all the way to Afro beats. It seems like you appreciate that musical journey, Jackie.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's rewind a bit, Jackie, and see how your music taste unfolded throughout the year. January, wow, what a diverse month. You had Chris Brown on repeat with 138 plays, of course.
But you also had Drake, NLE Choppa, and even some Stone Temple Pilots. That's quite the mix.
Shows your range. You don't like to be stuck in one lane.
Then in February, you threw it back to the 90s, 244 plays of the Spice Girls.
Who doesn't love a little Spice Girls, right? Wanna be spice up your life? Say you'll be there.
All the classics.
Definitely some girl power anthems to power through February. Then March, we see a change of pace.
From girl power to island vibes, reggae dancehall takes center stage.
Vivis Cartel, Conscience, Dexta Daps, Fever, Conjugal Vist, Senseless. These tracks bring the heat.
High energy, dance-worthy beats. But Jackie, you didn't completely ditch the Spice Girls. You still had 96 plays that month. You really do have an eclectic taste, don't you?
You keep things interesting. As we head into July, things get a little smoother, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. We're talking clean rap, R&B vibes. Chris Brown's still in the mix, but we're also seeing LMI and Money Long.
Feel Something, Under the Influence, Press Me. These were your go-to tracks for those long summer days, I'm guessing.
I'm picturing sunshine and good vibes. And of course, we can't forget that epic day, July 16th. 11,146 minutes of listening.
Jackie, you were on a roll that day. But then September comes around, and there's a shift in the mood.
It's getting cozy, nostalgic Canadian rock vibes.
The Tragically Hip, April Wine, Honeymoon Suite. These are some serious Canadian classics.
Drinking in LA doesn't really matter. All the lovers in the world. These tracks just take you back.
And you were also still feeling those Stone Temple Pilots vibes with 88 plays that month.
You really know how to curate a mood, Jackie. And throughout the year, you explored even more. Kevin Gates, Tory Lanez, some Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and even some ABBA.
That's what I love about your rap, Jared.
Yeah.
Jackie, you're not afraid to try new things. Your musical taste is constantly evolving.
It's been such a treat unwrapping your musical journey, Jackie.
You've taken us on a ride through so many different genres and moods this year.
You've shown us the power of nostalgia, the energy of dancehall, the smooth vibes of R&B, the heart of Canadian rock, and so much more.
We've been your hosts, visiting from Google's Notebook LM, unwrapping your 2024 Spotify Wrapped.